Hamas has notably different military capabilities compared to Israel. Israel's defense budget in 2021 was approximately $21 billion, whereas Hamas's budget is estimated to be around $100 million. Israel boasts a well-trained and professional military with roughly 169,500 active personnel across its army, air force, and navy. In contrast, Hamas's military wing, the al-Qassam Brigades, has between 15,000 and 40,000 combat-ready fighters. Israel's military is equipped with advanced technology and an extensive array of weapons, including tanks, artillery, naval vessels, and aircraft. In contrast, Hamas relies on asymmetric tactics, using hit-and-run strategies, improvised explosive devices, rocket-propelled grenades, mortars, and small arms. Despite these disparities, Hamas was able to surprise Israel during their October 7th attack. Hezbollah, another powerful militant group aimed at taking Israel down, is better equipped in the army and military force than Hamas. Hezbollah boasts weapons, including precision rockets and drones, and says it can hit all parts of Israel. Its arsenal of rockets and missiles include short-range Katyusha rockets, medium-range missiles like the Fateh 110, and even long-range ballistic missiles like the Zelzal and Scud-D missiles. Comparing the military capabilities of these groups to Israel, they are outmatched in terms of resources, funding, and advanced weaponry. However, what happens when both Hamas and Hezbollah combine forces in an effort to take down Israel? How strong are their military powers exactly? Hamas and Hezbollah have significantly enhanced their military capabilities over the years. In 2008, during the Gaza war, Hamas rockets had a range of 40 kilometers or 25 miles. However, by the 2021 conflict, they had extended their reach to an impressive 230 kilometers, showcasing substantial advancements in rocket technology. Hamas, which started as a small Palestinian group 36 years ago, has transformed into a formidable force. Its military wing, the al-Qassam Brigades, has grown to include approximately 40,000 combat-ready fighters, a substantial increase from the less than 10,000 in the 1990s. Additionally, it has a military academy that offers specialized training, including cybersecurity and even a naval commando unit. One notable aspect of Hamas's military strength is its diverse arsenal, which includes homemade rockets, modified AK-47s, decades-old Soviet machine guns, bombs, mortars, rockets, anti-tank, and anti-aircraft missiles. Despite limited resources, Hamas has managed to equip itself with a variety of weaponry. Hamas's use of tunnels is a critical part of its military strategy. They have constructed an extensive tunnel network under Gaza, which serves multiple purposes, including evasion of detection, housing of weapons factories, smuggling of weapons, and providing a safe space for training and accommodation for fighters away from Israeli intelligence services and air force. These tunnels play a crucial role both offensively and defensively. In the event of a ground operation by Israel, they can be used for ambushes and setting up booby traps in unfamiliar terrain, posing a significant challenge for the Israeli military in densely populated urban areas like Gaza. What sets Hamas's tunnels apart is their location beneath one of the most densely populated areas globally, with nearly 2 billion people residing in the 88 square miles that make up Gaza City. This adds complexity to military operations and raises concerns about civilian protection during conflicts in such crowded urban settings. Moving to Hezbollah, they demonstrated their military capabilities in the 2006 conflict with Israel, which lasted for 5 weeks. It was triggered by Hezbollah's cross-border raid, leading to the kidnapping of 2 Israeli soldiers and the killing of others. During this war, Hezbollah launched thousands of rockets into Israel, resulting in casualties on both sides. Hezbollah's military capabilities have continued to grow, fueled in part by their involvement in the Syrian civil war, where they supported President Bashar al-Assad. Their arsenal includes precision rockets and drones, enabling them to target various parts of Israel. In 2021, Hezbollah's leader, Syed Hassan Nasrallah, claimed that the group had amassed a formidable force of 100,000 fighters. Estimates regarding the size of Hezbollah's military forces vary, with figures ranging from several thousand to more than 25,000 full-time fighters, alongside thousands of reservists. Hezbollah's military is well-equipped and highly motivated, benefiting from modern weaponry acquired from Syria, Iran, Russia, and China, positioning them as a formidable force in the region. Hezbollah's primary military focus revolves around rocket technology, with estimates ranging from 40,000 to 150,000 rockets at their disposal. These rockets serve as offensive weaponry against their primary adversary, Israel. To defend their firing positions in southern Lebanon, Hezbollah combines rocket attacks with light infantry and anti-armor units. Although they lack manned aircraft, tanks, or armored vehicles in Lebanon, Hezbollah maintains armored assets in neighboring Syria, including T-55 and T-72 tanks. Additionally, they have established a network of weapons caches, tunnels, and bunkers in southern Lebanon, further fortifying their position. Hamas's recent attack on Israel on October 7th has captured widespread attention. During this assault, Hamas fighters utilized paragliders to infiltrate Israeli territory from Gaza and also used bulldozers to breach the barrier fence. Regrettably, this event led to the loss of over 1,000 lives and the capture of more than 100 hostages. What's intriguing is how Hamas managed to catch Israel off guard despite its significant military presence and budget. The key lay in the secrecy of Hamas's planning and execution. A senior Hamas official revealed that planning was highly confidential, even within the organization. According to Hamas representative Barakeh, this battle was very secretive. The planning and execution were kept secret, and no one outside of Hamas knew about it. In recent developments, Hamas and Hezbollah, two influential players in the Middle East, have shown signs of collaboration despite Hamas not providing advance notice of its attacks against Israel on October 7th. Ahmed Abdulhadi, the head of Hamas's political bureau in Beirut, emphasized the ongoing cooperation between the two groups. He stated that Hezbollah is now prepared for a major conflict against Israel in the north, while Hamas remains steadfast in Gaza, countering Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's ambitions to remove them from the region. This collaboration raises concerns of the conflict spreading to two fronts, potentially engulfing Lebanon, especially if Israel decides to launch a ground invasion of Gaza. Abdulhadi revealed the depth of their alliance, stating, "We have very strong relations with Hezbollah. We were cooperating with Hezbollah before the attack on Israel and after, and now we are in full cooperation." The potential escalation of conflict hinges on specific triggers, with an Israeli ground offensive in Gaza being a key factor. Abdulhadi emphasized that Hezbollah would not be deterred by threats, stating, "Hezbollah will pay no attention to threats from anyone against it entering the war. If Israel attempts a ground operation in Gaza, Hezbollah's involvement could intensify the conflict further, potentially leading to a larger-scale war involving both groups against Israel." So what exactly are their strategies? Hamas and Hezbollah employ distinct strategies in their military endeavors. Hamas has demonstrated a multifaceted approach in recent conflicts, with a primary focus on bringing the conflict directly into Israel. Central to their offensive planning is the use of rocket artillery forces, intended for sustained strikes on Israeli civilian and military targets. Their objective is to increase pressure on Israel's government and military by generating casualties, showing their ability to wage war on Israeli soil and bolstering their image as a resistance movement. Symbolic victories such as kidnapping IDF soldiers or destroying tanks and aircraft are sought to underscore their military prowess. Hamas meticulously prepared for these actions, focusing on kidnapping operations and tank destruction. Although their capacity to engage combat aircraft was initially limited, they planned for potential support from other factions, including Hezbollah and Palestinian elements in Lebanon. Hamas relies heavily on rocket units for military operations, firing a range of rockets, including shorter-range Qassams produced locally and longer-range Iranian rockets smuggled into the Strip. These rockets target both civilian and military sites in Israel, demonstrating Hamas's determination to continue attacks throughout the conflict. They adapt to circumstances, exploiting opportunities and using civilians to transfer rockets within cities. Despite Israel's efforts to counter rocket attacks, some rockets caused casualties and physical damage in southern Israel. Hezbollah, on the other hand, employs a multi-pronged strategy. Firstly, the group aims to capture territory, as evident in its recent focus on Deir ez-Zor in Syria, supported by Iran. This territorial ambition intensifies tensions between regime forces and the US-backed Syrian Democratic Forces. Hezbollah's aggressive approach underscores its territorial ambitions and active involvement in regional conflicts. The second aspect of Hezbollah's strategy centers on consolidating its power within Lebanon. Lebanese President Michel Aoun's approach, avoiding confrontation with Hezbollah, fosters cooperation and closeness between the group and Lebanese institutions. This alliance deepens Hezbollah's integration into the Lebanese political system. Aoun's stance acknowledges Hezbollah's existence as a response to ongoing threats, particularly from Israel, strengthening Hezbollah's domestic influence. Hezbollah focuses on combat preparations against Israel, with fighters engaged in reconnaissance and infrastructure building in southern Syria. They have reinforced their presence within Lebanon, constructing a network of tunnels, bunkers, and training camps, especially in southern Lebanon. This strategy aims to prepare for potential conflicts with Israel and highlights Hezbollah's commitment to defending its territory. Hezbollah's ground tactics involve asymmetric warfare, employing ambushes, raids, and rocket attacks against Israeli forces. They specialize in close-quarters combat, using small arms, light weapons, and anti-tank missiles to engage the Israeli military. Their guerrilla warfare tactics aim to counter Israel's conventional, well-trained military, showcasing their expertise in unconventional warfare. Comparatively, while Hamas shares some ground tactics with Hezbollah, they lack the same level of training and sophisticated weaponry. Hamas employs tactics such as ambushes and raids, but is less effective in close-quarters combat. Additionally, Hamas maintains a sizable militia for wartime mobilization, similar to Hezbollah, but is less inclined towards employing suicide bombings. But who is funding both of these groups? Iran plays a pivotal role in shaping the dynamics of the ongoing Middle East conflict by providing extensive support to both Hamas and Hezbollah. This support takes various forms, including political, financial, and military aid, significantly impacting the region's situation. U.S. officials confirm Iran's active backing of Hamas and Hezbollah, closely monitoring their activities and, at times, facilitating attacks. While Iran publicly supports these groups politically, it denies direct military assistance, though recent events suggest otherwise. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's military advisor, Yahya Rahim Safavi, openly expressed Iran's support for Hamas's attacks against Israel, pledging to continue backing the group until the liberation of Palestine and Jerusalem. This statement raises suspicions that Iran played a direct role in supporting Hamas during their well-coordinated attacks, leading to increased tensions in the region. Iran's support for Hezbollah is substantial, including training, weapons, and funding. Financial aid estimates vary, ranging from $100 million to as much as $800 million annually. This support has transformed Hezbollah into a powerful military force, serving Iran's broader strategic interests. Iran's supreme leader holds ultimate authority over Hezbollah, solidifying the group's loyalty and alignment with Iranian policies. While it's challenging to pinpoint the exact amount of funding provided to Hamas, estimates range from $30 to $50 million annually. Israel, however, asserts that Iran supports Hamas with $100 million a year, highlighting the substantial financial backing Hamas receives from Tehran. Now that we understand their military capabilities, strategies, and support, can Hamas and Hezbollah truly pose a threat to Israel's security? Israel boasts one of the most powerful armed forces in the Middle East. According to the International Institute for Strategic Studies Military Balance 2023, Israel maintains 169,500 active military personnel, supported by 465,000 reserve forces. Additionally, they have a robust paramilitary force of 8,000 members. Compulsory military service for citizens over 18, lasting 32 months for men and 24 months for women, further strengthens Israel's military readiness. In terms of hardware, Israel boasts an extensive arsenal, including over 2,200 tanks, more than 530 pieces of artillery, and a formidable air force, featuring 339 combat-capable aircraft. This includes 309 fighter ground attack jets, 196 F-16 jets, 83 F-15 jets, and 30 F-35 jets. The inventory also comprises 142 helicopters, including 43 Apache attack helicopters, and 5 submarines and their naval forces, along with 49 patrol and coastal combatants. Notably, Israel's missile defense system, the Iron Dome, is highly advanced. With U.S. support, this mobile air defense system utilizes radar technology to intercept and destroy short-range rockets. Israel is also believed to possess nuclear capabilities, with the IISS stating they have Jericho missiles and aircraft suitable for carrying nuclear warheads. In 2022, Israel allocated around $23.4 billion to its military, making it the world's second-largest military spender per capita after Qatar, spending approximately $2,535 per capita between 2018 and 2022. The country dedicated 4.5% of its GDP to the military in 2022, ranking it as the 10th highest percentage globally. The United States has been a steadfast supporter of Israel, providing substantial aid. Israel is the largest recipient of U.S. foreign aid, having received nearly $263 billion between 1946 and 2023, almost double the amount of the second highest recipient, Egypt. This ongoing U.S. military support is driven by shared strategic interests, domestic U.S. support for Israel, and a commitment to democratic values. Under a 2016 agreement, the U.S. pledged $38 billion in military aid to Israel over a decade. In 2023, U.S. military funding to Israel exceeded $3.8 billion, with $500 million allocated to Israel's missile defense systems. Following a Hamas attack, the Biden administration's funding request to Congress is expected to secure further financial support for Israel. Considering their capabilities, it's unlikely that Hezbollah and Hamas, while posing threats and causing significant damage, have the means to completely defeat Israel. However, they can inflict substantial harm and disrupt regional stability. The complex dynamics between these groups and Israel, driven by political and military considerations, make the situation intricate and unpredictable.